welcome back to my channel. My name is Michala, and in today's video I'm going to share with you some fun stationery goods I got along with my 2027 reading journal and just general journaling supplies. I just got back from vacation and I was lucky enough to visit 3 different independently owned local shops, and I kind of made my own little stationery fest out of it since I did not get to go to Stationery Fest. I actually didn't even know that was a thing until like last year. So hopefully next year I can go to Stationery Fest, but this year I just went to local shops and I can't wait to show you what I got. And I'll start with the reading journal I got from Notebook Therapy, and then we'll go into my stationery finds along with something I'm really excited about, which is my new fountain pen. So let's light this candle and we'll get started. Okay, with all of that extra stuff out of the way, let's start with my reading journal. This order is from Notebook Therapy and then the rest are from local stationery shops. So I wanted to show you this first because I've been waiting to open it. I got this, I think 2 weeks ago it arrived, but maybe longer, but I've been keeping it to open it for you guys. So this is what I got from Notebook Therapy. This was a freebie and it's like these really pretty washi stickers that have floral designs on them. I'll open this in a second. And then I have the card that comes with the order. It just says thank you, as well as the Secret Garden stickers. I got the Soft Lily travel journal that I'm really excited about. And for my reading journal, I got the Meadow Moon journal in the light green. I was really torn between all of the colors. I loved them all, but I ultimately decided to get these two. And I also got the Whimsical Botanics set. I like to get a set of washi tapes from Notebook Therapy every year for the past 3 years, keeping a reading journal. I've gotten a set that kind of matches my journal, and I have used them, all of my sets, many times. I'm almost through my Midsummer's Night Dream set I got 3 years ago, and I'll keep using it until it's gone. And then last year I got the Moonflower Magic set. When I saw this collection of these journals, I immediately knew I wanted to get one. I just didn't know which one, so I ended up getting 2. And I've seen a few other creators that have gotten these, I think. So it's probably not the most original, but I don't really mind. I love green. It's my favorite color, and my husband's too, actually. And I've been loving Lily of the Valley. I loved this flower when I was younger, but then recently I've just kind of fallen in love with it again. And so I feel like this was perfect timing for me. I had just made my I just made my May cover spread in my reading journal. And if you saw that video, I used a Lily of the Valley sticker on my May cover spread. And so it was like not long after that I saw this collection was released on Notebook Therapy, and I placed my order like a few weeks after that. So I ended up getting this travel journal from the collection. It's a really beautiful dark green, and I love the lily on the front. You can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually embossed. The flowers are slightly lower than everything else, and of course it has the foiling on the flower and gold around the edges. And then the edges, this will probably be ruined because of how thick I layer ephemera in my journals, but look at the edges. They're so pretty. So I am very happy to have this. I'm thinking of using this as a gaming journal. I actually used a travel size notebook from Notebook Therapy for my first reading journal ever, and I really liked the size. It helped me feel like I could just add a little bit of ephemera and write about the book. And I really loved it. It worked really well for me, so I'm tempted to use it for my reading journal, but even if I don't, I will definitely use it for my gaming journal. But yeah, look at all of the beautiful detail. I really love Notebook Therapy's journals. They are my most often purchased bullet journal, and they don't sponsor me at all, so I don't have a discount code to give you, but just know that these are, something I really use. So yeah, it comes in this beautiful box, as you can see. Really nice packaging. Love the color of it. I'm going to put it back in here real quick and show you the next one. So I wanted literally all of the journals from this collection, and I almost got this design in the darker green, but I went with the lighter green since I got the travel notebook in the darker green. I just brewed this raspberry leaf tea. Well, it's like brewing now still. I just poured the water before I started filming, so I need to, you know, kind of shimmy it a little bit, and then I'll need to remove my tea bag. Hopefully I don't forget. Okay, so the Meadow Friends collection is what the collection is called, and this journal is called Meadow Moon. The box got a little beat up right here. I'm just noticing that, but that's fine. I like to keep things in the boxes. I have actually every journal box that I've ever owned. I still have. I'm kind of a hoarder and a magpie, if you have not noticed. But yeah, the boxes are really nice to keep, like random things I've printed off that I ended up not using, like some extra book covers for my reading journal or video game photos for my gaming journal, things like that. And here is the cover. I absolutely love it. Like I said, I'm basing my theme for my reading journal off of this collection of journals. So I'm going to do like gold butterfly stickers, gold star stickers, some Lily of the Valley stickers, and the lantern stickers that I've used in my reading journal. If you know those, that's my plan for my 2027 reading journal. So spoiler, I don't know if I should keep that to myself, but I'm not really one to like build up anticipation. I obviously love sharing with you guys what I'm getting. Look at the side of that. That's so beautiful. I want to make a shelf where I put my finished reading journals, and the spine of this one will be so pretty. So really love that. The back has the same pattern, which I think is really a sign of like quality, because a lot of journals on the back are plain. So when a brand puts the design on the back as well, I feel like that's just a really nice touch. I ebb and flow in my journals between like moon themed things and nature themed things. So I love that this really does both and is my favorite color. So I'm definitely excited to lean into my love of green for the setup for 2027. And it has the white paper. This journal does come with craft paper if you are interested. I was really close to getting the craft paper version, but ended up getting the white paper just so that I can continue to use my brown ripped paper that I love to use in my reading journal. So I will pop up how many pages it has and the GSM of the paper on the screen just so I don't get it wrong. But the paper quality has always been really nice. It does have the band to close it, and I'll show you, it comes with a clip back here. I will open the travel journal and show you as well. And look at that. Look how cute that pin is. So it's like a, sorry, I'm calling it a pin, but I mean a paper clip. And I love that the Notebook Therapy journals come with these. I think it's a really nice touch, and it always matches the cover. So let's move the box and I'll show you the paper clip that came with my other journal. I love how they look together. It's like my two favorite colors. And there is a quote back on the back page. A quiet softness resting in the open meadow held by light and air. And I do sometimes keep extra book covers for my reading journal in the back folder, by the way. I don't know if I ever have like mentioned that. So here's the pin that comes with this one. Both are lilies. This one has the 3 flowers and this one has the 1. But I just love them. I'm so happy with them. I'm used to my B6 Leuchtturm journal for my gaming journal at the moment, but I'm quickly filling it up. And I can't wait to show you the spreads I've made in there. But since it's getting so full, I'm thinking I'll use this for my next one, and I might fill it up quickly as well. I'm a little nervous of the new size just because, I don't know, change is always, it's really not that big of a deal, but to me it just, affects how I set up my spreads. But this is the first year I've kept a gaming journal, so I'm excited to try this next when that gaming journal gets full. So that's my plan. And this is the A5 size. It's not the original. Notebook Therapy offers a size called Original, which is a little bit smaller than A5. It's almost between A5 and B6, I believe. I've never had that size. I've been tempted to get it, but I'm so used to my reading journal being this little bit bigger A5 size, so I got this. I also am hoping it's helpful when I make my spreads for you guys watching. If you have an A5 journal, I just know that's a pretty standard size, so that's why I went with this. But if any of you want to get the original size with brown paper, I would love to see what you do with it. I don't know. I want to maybe start a Discord where we can share photos because I really would love to see what you guys create. Sometimes as the creator, it feels a little bit, lonely is a little extreme, but it feels a little bit like I'm creating in a bubble. But when you guys comment about the journals you have, I always wish I could see them. So maybe I'll start a Discord where we could share photos. But yes, this is my 2 journals I got and I'm obsessed with them. So moving on to the stickers, I went ahead and got the Secret Garden stickers. I think this is technically a different collection. I don't know that there was a washi tape that came out with the journals I got, but there were these stickers. And I got the stickers that were released with the journal I use currently for my reading journal, the Moonflower Magic set from Notebook Therapy. I got the journal and the matching stickers because I just thought they were nice to have on hand as I set up my yearly spreads. And this style of sticker from Notebook Therapy is a little bit 3-dimensional. It's thicker than a lot of other stickers. And as you can see, they have the clear background, but they're just really pretty. And they're the kind of sticker I normally would be intimidated to use just because they're so pretty and so detailed. But let's move these. But I find it easier to use them when I'm setting up my reading journal, at least last year when I did that, because they really go with the theme. And my yearly spreads in my reading journal are spreads that I really return to regularly. So it feels like a really good use to use these nice stickers on my yearly spreads because I will flip through and fill those out monthly or quarterly or whenever I get to it. So I think it's worth it to add like a nicer sticker on those yearly spreads. So I'm really happy with these. I really like, of course, the lily. I love the fox and the key and this lily over here. I just think these will go really nicely with my kind of garden theme that I'm going to do. So really excited about these. Put these back in here for now. Tea break. Okay, let's open this. And just to show you my other 2 washi tape sets, this is the one I got in 2024. And then 2025, I didn't get one, but for 2026, I really liked what I did in 2025. So I got this Moonflower Magic washi tape set, which you can see is like a little bit different shaped because they come with kind of different widths of washi tapes, I guess you would say. So I'll show you. They come with stickers and I always end up using them. I just kind of save the little sticker sheets for a while. And then you can see all those different tapes. I won't show them too much because I use them in my journals, but I just kind of wanted to show those. And now we can open this one. I love the details on their packaging. It's really a nice touch. Like it makes me definitely keep these boxes on display. And I've always thought they were really worth the price for the quality. They are the kinds of washi tapes that don't rip super easily like some do. So I definitely think they are nicer, on the nicer end of all of the washi tapes I have. And that's all of them that come in here. Let me get a journal page that we can test them on. First, we have this really pretty green tape. And even though this is from a different collection, it's from like an older collection on the Notebook Therapy website, I think. And it says Whimsical Botanics, if I didn't say that. But it is this really pretty green that I think is very both beautiful but also simple. So I think that will be really nice to use. And I'll put a swatch up here and then I'm just going to cut it. And then I'll swatch all of them and show you the journal up close. This one is really interesting. I can't quite tell what the pattern is. It's like ribbons and flowers. But again, this is really nice for layering in my style of journaling and it has some gold accents to it. And this time, it looks like the sheets that came on the top of the past boxes, I think they're on the bottom of this one. So let me just get those real quick so we can see them. There they are. I'm having a hard time with this for some reason. But here are the sticker sheets that it comes with. So this one, they're all like washi material. But this one has pieces of paper with butterflies and floral elements. This one has kind of like light academia reminiscent kind of stickers, again with the gold accents. And this one has ferns, which I absolutely love that. So I'm really excited for the rest of the tapes. I definitely chose all of these things really intentionally to make a theme together, but because I waited so long to open this package, I've kind of forgotten everything I got, so I'm excited to like look at them again. So this one has really pretty botanical like illustration with the flowers called out, which I love stuff like this because it really reminds me of like an encyclopedia or books like Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Of course, this doesn't have fairies, but it has like that botanical forest garden kind of look, and there's some mushrooms on here as well. So that one's really beautiful. There's a line right here, if you can see that, of where the pattern must like repeat. But I don't mind that, and I never notice it in my journals. It doesn't bother me, but I just thought I would show you. Next, we have this tape with a clear background. And again, that like kind of light academia type of look, but at the same time, like very botanical and garden-esque. I really like this one. I think this might be my favorite so far. I mean, the light green one will probably be the easiest to use, and I really like this one too. But something about just all the detail and little elements in this one. I mean, it has books and butterflies and like light academia, so very, very me, very kind of all the things I love in one. Then we have this light brown, which I really like. I think that is always nice to have a really muted kind of color. This tape right here, if you can see that, I've used that tape a lot from the Midnight Summer Dream set. That's not sold anymore, by the way, but I really like that. So I love that they kind of are doing a similar thing here with a light, even lighter than the other one, light brown and botanical design. I really like this. Also really versatile, I think. Then we have this one that looks really fun. This one is different frames and windows, which I think could be used in a lot of different ways. So like you could cut out this frame, for example, and then put it around a fern or something, or put it around like this bust and layer it. So I really like this for like a different type of washi tape. Like these I don't always use in strips. I tend to cut the individual things off of them. And it looks like it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different designs. This one is repeating that one. So 6 different frames on here. And then this one is a sticker roll. I also really like that the sets come with different kinds. So this is a sticker roll. This is something like I tend to cut out each individual frame, and then there's like the thin accent ones and then thicker ones, of course. So I really like the variety. They always feel very thoughtfully curated. So let's show this one a little better. This one is, like I said, a sticker roll, and it repeats from here to here. So I think I will just put a few on my sampling page. And here they all are together. Again, really love them, really excited to use them, and I think the color palette of them is going to be really useful for a lot of spreads, especially as a fantasy reader in my reading journal. And then we have these freebies. So let's look at these. I do feel like my order shipped from a different place than usual because it took longer, but I don't know. So these are really pretty. And again, these were just freebies, but I will be happy to use them. I do feel like they chose these to match my order, which is nice. Maybe this was just the freebie they had regardless, like if you spend a certain amount, but I still appreciate that they are, you know, floral and nature, so that they go with everything else I got. So let's show everything together again real quick. I already put that away, but just to give you a quick idea, this is my notebook therapy order, and I'm so happy with these items. I'm really excited to use them. And now let's move on to the other things I got. So first I want to start with the things I got from a shop called Typo that is in Serenity, Georgia. My family and I rented an Airbnb and stayed there as like a staycation where we all just hung out and enjoyed the pool. And they have This is their little like sticker that says Typo Market. I've been there once before. This is where I got my set of 3 butterfly stamps that I use a lot in my reading journal. So when we went back this year, I knew I wanted to visit them again because I feel like they have really special things. So I got this die cut sticker, and I don't know the artist because it wasn't listed. Well, actually I say that, but let me, okay, it is by Gray Vines. It says Moth Vinyl. So it was, you know, a nice quality sticker. I could put this on like a water bottle or something, or I might use it for a reading journal spread, but it was really beautiful, so I got that. I also got my sister-in-law a few things that I will show in my upcoming vlog, but I already gave them to her for watching my cat while I was gone. So okay, it's a little bit later because my camera died and I had to charge it, but I was going to say that this is a tool kit by Gentleman's Hardware that I got for my brother as the thank you gift for him for watching my cat for a week. So this was just a really cool little set they had that my husband picked out to give to my brother, and I picked out the things to give to my sister-in-law, and I got her like one of everything that I got pretty much. I'll show you. So I got the sticker like I said, and I got my sister-in-law a sticker too, and then I got this Penco Perfection little cute ballpoint pen. So it's ballpoint, so it does like skip a little bit, which, you know, I'm learning all the different kinds of pens and what I like, but I still really like that this is just simple and really easy to carry with me, and it's really pretty color. I wish that this was gold if I had it my way, but I don't mind. I like silver as well. And it was carried in 2 different colors, this and a lighter green, and I got my sister-in-law the lighter green. And then I got this washi tape, and this one is by Root and Branch Paper Co., who I have purchased things from them before. She's I forget the artist's name, but she's really sweet, and she always has a booth at a art market near me, so I like to pick up things from her, and her items were carried at Typo, so I got this washi tape that's just like a floral washi tape with butterflies. I can swatch this really quickly as well. These are the other 2 washi tapes I have by Root and Branch. Even if I don't fill up this page in my journal now, I like to swatch something. I like to swatch things and then I just put a little tab marker on it and flip to it later. So there's that tape. Really pretty, really lovely colors. Of course, love the green butterfly. Continuing with the nature theme, I got this little stamp, and they were pretty expensive for how small they are, but I really like to reuse stamps. Obviously, you can use it an endless amount of times, so I felt like it was worth it. This was $5, and I got a leaf for me and a little bird for my sister-in-law. I was tempted to keep the bird, and this is called Oak Leaf Mini Stamp, so just thought that was really nice. We can test it out. I'm going to use this Distress Vintage Photo is the color of the ink. It's like a sepia color. Let's do a second one to see how well it holds the ink below. Also helps me clean off my little stamp. So really cute. I think that'll be really nice to use different places, and I thought I might use it as a signifier in my journal. If you've seen my Paper Republic flip through video, I use this Stalogy for pretty much everything currently. I write about whatever in here, and then I like to go through after the fact and add little like signifiers like tabs or dot stickers, kind of to make a key or just visual cues for me to know what I journaled about. So I was thinking anytime I journaled about nature, which is pretty frequently, I could stamp this little stamp somewhere. Then I got these 2 candles, and I like how they wrapped them. I figured I could use a few more candles for my desk, and I'll probably use this green paper somewhere because that's really pretty. Love that. So I got these fall colored candles just with fall coming up, and I liked that they were a little bit shorter than some candles and tapered. Some candles I've been getting, like these red ones, are not tapered, which is perfectly fine, but it does drip a lot in the beginning as it gets started. And I think the tapered helps with that, helps them not drip so much. And then they're a little bit shorter, which is just nice because when I film, if you can kind of see, like the candle being really tall can't be in the frame. So just a small subtle thing that I've been noticing, and these candles just looked like something perfect I could try for fall. So that's what I got from Typo. Next, I went to Deer Greenville in South Carolina. They were having Stationery Day. literally yesterday as I'm filming this. So I picked up some things. I went with my sister-in-law. We got back from vacation and I pretty much jumped in my sister-in-law's car and went straight to Deer Greenville. And I picked up so many things. I wanted to pick up even more things, but the biggest purchase I made was this beauty. Just to give you a little background on my fountain pen journey, I have over here, my Pilot Metropolitan pen in this gold-ish color. Sorry, I'm just noticing that it's chipping a little bit. Well, this is a very affordable pen that I also got in Greenville, but at a different shop. And it's a really good starter pen. It works beautifully. It's a medium nib, and so it works really well with my Ferris Wheel Press shimmer inks. But I've been wanting another fountain pen, and I have purchased this Kaweco. Is that how you say it? I've been saying Kaweco, but I think it's Kaweco. It is German. This Kaweco Sport pen. This I got as my second fountain pen, but to be honest, it's not my absolute favorite, really. But I have yet to find an ink that I really like in this pen. Also a very affordable pen, by the way. So those are the two like very affordable, I think like $20, $30 pens, each of them. The Pilot Metro you can get for $20. I got it for $20. I don't know what price it is everywhere. And this pen, I think I got on sale for like $25. I don't think they retail much higher than that normally, though, maybe $30. And I kept thinking that I wanted a bit of just a higher end pen, and this TWSBI Eco has been on my mind along with Lamy and other types of pens, but I really liked the TWSBI Eco pens the more I researched different pen types, and Deer Greenville just recently started carrying these. So last time I was there, they did not have TWSBIs. Now they do, and they had a bunch of them out to try. And I got the Rootbeer color because I've been looking for that. I love the bronze accents on it, and I got the fine. So I was between extra fine and fine. So I will not be putting my shimmer inks in here. I don't like ripping it, but I don't think I can get it off without ripping it. Maybe I can. When I saw they had the Rootbeer color, I decided I would get it because that's like, it took me a while to decide on what pen I wanted next, but when I did, it was the TWSBI Eco in the Rootbeer color. So when I heard that they were going to be carrying them, I knew if I went and they had the Rootbeer color, I would have to get it. So I did, and I ended up going with a fine nib instead of extra fine. And I'm going to put the little sticker for it here. This is just where I've been collecting random, well, not really random, this is where I've been collecting different like kind of pen swatches, and these are like the stickers that come on the pens. So this is that little Penco Perfection pen, and this is from my Uniball 1 pen. And then these are just little, this page kind of started accidentally. Someone wanted to see some of my pens swatched at a class I was teaching. So this is like a little fine highlighter, really fine, that isn't even mine. So I might get the information from my friend and see if I can write down what pen that is. And this is just a Tombow that I was showing her. But I'm going to kind of use this whole spread as like my pen swatches, like not really swatches of inks, maybe that too. I have a book where I swatch my inks, but I'm thinking in here it'll be more like packaging or little like reminders of what pens I've got, what pens I've bought recently. So that's more what I'm thinking for this little page. And if you see that blue sticker, that's what I mean about how I go through and then I'll add like a sticker to signify what the page is about, and I have a key that correlates. So I really want to ink up this pen and show you. I think I will show you everything else first and then we'll ink it up, but let's at least open it. I waited to open it. I really wanted to open it yesterday, but I was very busy. So I waited till today to open it with you guys. Okay, here it has like some care instructions. Okay, this is, let me see. It shows you how to refill it. There is a little warning about when refilling and changing the nib of this high volume chamber fountain pen. And then here it shows you how to fill it. You submerge the nib, and then I think it's just showing you wipe it off, soak up all excess ink on the feeder with soak it up with like a paper towel. That's what I do. And then you can write with it. And then down here, it shows you how to disassemble and reassemble. So that's really handy. Don't put alcohol on it. Got it. I'm thinking it would make the color come off the pen maybe. But here it is in the Rootbeer color. Let me make sure I give you a good view. Let's take this little thing off. Maybe I'll put that little guy in my journal. And I'm so excited. I've seen a lot of people love their TWSBI Eco pens, and that's why I decided to try this one out. And honestly, also the color combination of this Rootbeer pen. I feel like I want to show you against my wooden desk really quickly. Of course, the sun's going away, so the lighting's different, but you can see really beautiful. And then it comes with a little jar of, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to fill, unscrew. I mean, I've seen people fill this type of pen, so I feel like I understand. This is the wrench, and this is the silicone grease. If it gets stuck, I don't know if I need that right away. I'm very curious. Okay, so you can see when you twist it one way, it goes down like that, and you twist it all the way down, and then you dip it in ink. Okay, I'm not going to make you wait. I want to fill this now. Let's try. Okay, I have a paper towel, and I have my Diamine Merlot ink. Uncapping. The lid screws off like that if you did not know. Okay, so I'm not going to twist it down any more than that. It's resisting, and I think that's what the box is trying to tell me, is that you always want room for the little wrench to be able to fit in there. It kind of signifies that it is twisted down properly. And now we can submerge it in the ink and twist it the other way. Okay, there it is. It looks like there's a decent amount of air there. I don't know if that's because I did it wrong, but we will just test it out. This is my first time, so definitely leave your tips below, but I don't mind just learning as I go, if you can't tell. So we're going to put that right there just so I can put the lid on this. I'm a shaky person, so I need to put that away quickly as I can. Put that over there. Okay, and then I'm just like even resting it on there. Ink comes out, so I don't know if I think I filled it correctly. And I really like that you can see the ink so you know what you have in there just at a glance. And now let's write something here. And there is just a little sampling of my writing. I'm writing while standing up, so it is not very good handwriting, and it did bleed a little bit. But this paper does feather a little bit, this Stalogy paper, with some nibs or inks, but again, I don't mind. I say that every time. I like this paper still. So I'm really excited to use this. It feels really good in my hand. I will write more with it and maybe show you a sneak peek. I'm going to show you a different journal I got that I also want to try this pen in and see how it does on the paper. So really, really excited about my first TWSBI. So far, I love it. I love how it looks for sure, and I'm excited to write more with it. Next, I got this pen that I really cannot read too much on the packaging, but it is a Tombow Fudenosuke, I think it's maybe how you say it. My pronunciation with things is not very great. It's a brush pen, and I love brush pens. This one was $4.25. I use brush pens for my art, and like sketching and just all sorts of stuff, just for writing as well, of course. And I don't know what this cool little thing is. I think it's for Japanese writing. So here is the packaging. And then it's a really nice pen. It looks really nice. The packaging's nice. It says water-based pigment, and it's a soft tip. And it is black ink. So let's just, again, make space, and I will test it over here. I really like brush pens, like I said. So when I see new ones, I like to just pick them up. I really like my Pentel brush pen. I sketch with that a lot. So I'm always looking for different ones just to try, like I said, and just to sketch with. I really like to sketch with black ink brush pens. They're one of my favorite art tools. I think I'll tape this right here. So let me just get a little, I think I'll glue it. Tea break. Next, we have this brush pen. Is this by Kuretake? Is that how you say that? Again, I genuinely apologize. I am someone who has been a stationery lover my whole life, but I've really not had anyone to share it with until making this YouTube channel last year. So please forgive me if I don't know all the brand names. I don't watch many journalers. I actually mostly watch people who do like reading vlogs and art journaling. So I'm not super familiar with every single brand. I more like recognize things visually and know what I like, but don't often say things out loud, if that makes sense. but this is their letter pen, and it says Kokorio, and it has sheep on it. They had another one that had polar bears, I want to say, and I have no idea how this works, but it looks really cool. Is the brand Zig, or is the type of pen a Zig? I think it may be called a Zig letter pen. And then I'm assuming this is a cap I take off. Yep, and then there's the little brush nib, so it's a smaller brush. I really like the lid, by the way. When I took the lid off, it felt really nice. I'll show you the difference in the brush tips right there. Showing, 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 showing. And let's swatch the Take one. And I just write the name of the pen so I know what it is. So you can see this one's much more fine. But again, that's why I wanted to get both of them based on the little photos on them. I wanted to try them both. This is much. The Tombow one is thicker and the Kiratake one is thinner. And I love messy little sampling spreads like this, by the way, just if it makes you feel any better. It does not need to be beautiful when you sample your pens and put your little like ephemera. This is just for practicality, but I really personally love it. And I like doing it in the journal I'm currently using. And then sometimes I'll take all of my pens and swatch them somewhere else, like on a piece of paper that's more similar to my reading journal paper, for example. But for now, since this is the journal I'm using the most, I like to do it in here. So really excited about these guys. And then I got, move these a little bit. Then I got these two Pip sticker sheets. This one is obviously beautiful teacups, and this one are little jars of jam and like other jarred things like pickled asparagus, sweet peas, olive greens. And I don't want to swatch all of these, obviously, because they're like one-use kind of stickers, but I just thought I would show you. I am loosely planning to use these for a reading journal spread. I thought they would go really well with some kind of book I read when I read more of like a, maybe like a cozy fantasy or something. And then I tend to have a lot of high fantasy ephemera, like ephemera that goes more with high fantasy in my opinion. So sometimes I like to just get something kind of cute. Then I got die cut stickers, and these are all by different artists, but I couldn't tell who the artist was unless they put like their name on here. This is like a art brand called Botanica Paper Co. This one I think was by a smaller artist. I wish I could give you the name, but it's really beautiful with this owl and this like berry branch. Love this one. I love butterflies, as you might know, so I got the Monarch butterfly sticker I thought would be great for my reading journal, and then this watercolor style little finch sticker. So those will be probably for my reading journal. And then I got one more washi tape, this mushroom one by Juliana Swaney. If I could save these top things, sometimes I can save them, but if I can't, that's okay. I also keep a lot of the packaging from my journaling supplies in my traveler's notebook. I do like a junk journal in there, but with any packaging I want to keep, just to kind of save like on waste and just to do something fun with it. I also just love the process of pasting things in journals. It's therapeutic for me, so I do like that. So let's go to the washi tape page and put it in here. I'm going to try to go quickly because I'm kind of running out of time. I have family coming over. So let's swatch this over here. And then I got this notebook that kind of reminds me of the covers of the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. And it's just lined paper, and it was only $3.50. I've been wanting just a lined journal that's A6 size to try in here, and I like that this was not too thick, so it could probably fit in my Paper Republic pretty easily. It says notebook, most advanced quality, gives best writing features. So I don't know the brand. I'll just show you what I can, and I'll pop it up on the screen if I find it. But they had a bunch of these in different sizes, and I think I want this to be my note-taking journal for church. So sometimes I like to just go and take notes in church because our pastor is very well read. So often he quotes from Walt Whitman or C.S. Lewis or Ralph Waldo Emerson. And the church pamphlets, what's the name for that? I'm forgetting the word for that all of a sudden. Maybe the word I'm looking for is program. Our church programs always include a quote from literature at the top of them. So sometimes I just want a place to document that and to take notes while the service is going to help me kind of just pay attention. So I got this notebook for that. And again, I might put it in my Paper Republic, or I might just use it as is. I'm going to flip to a page in the back, and maybe not the very back, maybe this page, and try out my ink. I really like that experience. So the paper works really well with the fine nib and this ink. You can see right there. This notebook is the last thing I got from Dear Greenville. So here is that. Here is the Zig pen when I apply a little more pressure, and on this paper, if you're curious. And we'll just go ahead and do the Tombow pen as well. I should have written the name of the other pen, but I'm in a bit of a hurry. But yeah, there's kind of my unofficial swatch of those pens. But yeah, I'm really excited to use this, and just simple lined paper. I did ultimately end up choosing it because it lies flat. It has 2 signatures in it, so it just like lies flat more easily than other lined paper notebooks I was looking at. And again, the smaller page count, I don't know how many pages exactly, but the smaller page count I think will make it thin enough to put in my Paper Republic if I want to. So happy with this. And now I can show you what I got from the last store. Wait, no, I got one more pen and I totally forgot because it fell to the ground. It's this Rytec 0.5 dual color. So let's swatch this. This was just a quick purchase because I really like the concept of the 2 colors, and they had a lot of options and color varieties. So I got this one because I like the color of the actual pen, but also the 2 colors that it comes with sounded good to me. So let's take that off, the little, pen stopper, and let's try it. I'll just call it Rytec Dual Color. Okay, it writes very smooth on this paper. And now let's try the other color and take off the little nib cover. Okay, so I really like this so far. Let's do like a little kind of just squiggle with different pressure to see. And there you can see a little bit. But yeah, I really liked the 2 colors. This is really helpful for just when you're writing in like a calendar type of spread and you want to signify things with different colors. I love a multicolored pen. So my sister-in-law had gotten one of these and picked up another one, I think. So I love going to local shops because I obviously like to support them, but it's also some of the first times I see these products in person, so it's really nice. If you're chronically online, like I can be sometimes, it's really nice to go somewhere in person. Let's put this down here. This printing of this little label has a really nice texture to it. And then the last shop I went to is called Page and Post, also in Greenville. And I love it says Purveyors of Whimsy. They gave a freebie of this little cute pin, as well as this little Page and Post sticker, which I think is really smart. This is really, really cute. I'm going to put it somewhere really special, maybe like my water bottle or something. And they had this Widow's Bay sticker, and they happened to point it out while I was at checkout. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen it. And I picked it up because I went here on Saturday, and the previous week while I was on vacation, binge watched the entire show. So it's like a horror comedy show, if you don't know. And I just got the sticker. I have no idea where I'll put it, probably also on a water bottle, but I really liked it and just thought it was kind of perfect timing that I had just finished it and saw the sticker. So I didn't get much. The last thing I got from Page and Post was this Studio Calico date stamp, and it was only $6.99, which I thought was really affordable for something like this. I've seen them for more expensive, so let's see if I can open it and test it out. Okay, so here it is, and I have not used one of these before, but you just rotate it to the date. So let's put July, let's turn it this way, 2026, and it is the, oh, actually I'm crazy, it's definitely August 2nd. Wait, that's August 20th, isn't it? So let me, okay, so this one, let's just test it out. I think I did it right. Getting that same ink. And I will just, maybe we should do it on this page. And there we go. It worked really easily. and I feel like it looks really clean. It looks a little bit maybe unaligned, but that could be my fault. So I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna just make sure it feels like it's clicked in place, and maybe I pushed a little too hard. I tried 2 more times and I was on a slant, but you can see right there. I'm going to fix all the issues I'm having and make no bumps on the side here where I was doing it. I'm losing all my lighting, but you can see that it works perfectly fine when you don't have something underneath, you know, the book. And I accidentally did it upside down. So again, I'm learning how to use it, but that's why I like these little spreads where I just test things out. And that is the last thing that I got. So we can show kind of everything. These two are not new. I got a lot of really fun things and they all feel very special and purposeful to me. So I hope you enjoyed this haul. I will probably only link things if you ask. Anything I can find easily, of course, I will link. And I will link all of the shops I mentioned so that you can shop online if you want to. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate you. I hope this was fun for you to see all these really special items I was able to get. I feel very blessed to have all of them, and I feel like I got to experience my own little stationery fest, even though obviously I did not go. So I'd love to go to that next year. But regardless, this was very fun, and I really enjoy supporting local businesses with something I'm really passionate about, with stickers, stationery, and pens. So it was really lovely to see everyone else that came and that was passionate about stationery. It was just nice to be around people who share similar interests. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of this. I like sharing it with you guys simply just for the love of journaling. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.